Okay, so we start. It says locate the 2911 router in the device specific selection box. Using your mouse, drag and drop the 2911 router above the router 0. Now, this exercise assume that you are new to Packet Tracer, you've not done anything on Packet Tracer before, and telling you just try to introduce you to configuration, labeling, identifying your devices and all that. So talking about router 2911, okay? All right. Talking about router 2911. So you can do that in
Hello,
two ways.
Gabriel.
What do you say?
Is it is it just me and Mrs. Osiba that is in the class? Where are the rest people?
Well, please let's focus. You can call them after now. Now, what I'm saying is, drag. You can do that in two ways. You can drag and drop the 2911 router above the router 0. Then you can actually use your control to do that, or shift. But let's start by dragging that first. Use your mouse, drag and drop. Okay, this is it. You locate router 2911, right? Yes, router 2911. This is the icon for router. Once you click the first one, the first icon here, this network device, this is end device, PC. Then we have different type of devices under PC. Then we have the network devices. We have network, different kind of devices under your network device. You have your router, your switches, your hubs, your wireless devices, your security devices, and your emulation devices. Now, talking about network device, we have router. We are looking for router 2911. So it's possible that your cursor is there. When you are looking for router, go to the first point and click on router. Then you look for 2911. You see that the names are here. The names are showing. This is ISR 4331. This is ISR 4321. This 19 router 1941. This is router 2901. This router 2911. This is what we are looking for, right? Yes, router 2911. You can drag it here and drop. Okay. The next you do is another way to deploy a device is to click the desired device and then click the desired location on the workspace. Click the 1941 router in the device box and then click the space above label router in the workspace. Use either of the methods to put a 4331 router on the space router. So, okay, we're looking for router 1941 now. 1941. Where is 1941? This 1941. Without you dragging, just click on it and click anywhere. So it's there already. So the next instruction said use either of the method to put 4331. You see that this second method is easier rather than dragging. So we are looking for router 4331. Where's 4331? 4331. Okay, 4331. So we are here. Great. Part 2. If you want to put multiple devices of the same type onto the workspace, the clicking and dragging can become very tedious to avoid. You can hold down the control key as you click on the device in the device space selection box. Hold down the control key and then hold down the control key and click the 4321 router in the device specific selection box. Right. Now click the space, um, click the space above the labels router 3 4 to cancel the operation. Um, Click the cancel icon 4321. Now, what they're saying here is, for example, you need to put um router 4321 in 6 places. For example, where's 4321? This 4321. You don't need to start dragging and dragging. Just hold down your control, click it. You see that has changed to a cancel sign. So you just put it as many places you want to put it. By the time you are done, you click on that again, and that is done. Then part 3 is copying the devices. You want to copy a device that you have already on your on your that you already have on your workspace. The user may also copy device on the workspace in 2 ways. Method 1, drag your cursor over the devices that you want to copy. Drag a box over Route 3, it should appear. Fade, hold down Control and drag to 3 and copy. Repeat this for 3, 4, 5. Okay, these are 2 methods. So the first method is number 1. You see, once you click on it, it is right. No, sorry. Now click on it, then you now drag it, then it is copied. Let me delete this. Delete. Okay. All right. You click on it, hold your control key, then you copy it. You copy it. Once you just hold your control key, you click on it, then it is copied. Anyone that is faded will be copied automatically. Then next one is the next method is hold down the shift key and click the devices to be copied. Select router 192, hold down the shift key, will again have a faded look. Hold down the control key, copy, and it will be copied. Okay. Hold your shift key. You want to copy more than one kind of devices. So hold down your control and click on it. It's copied automatically. So you have copied as many as possible. So that is the end to this to exercise 3.3.3. So navigate to the device type selection box at the bottom of the screen. The top row of icons represent categories of devices, and the bottom row represents subcategories. Point at the top row of icons slowly and look at the label box between the rows. The names of the categories will appear. Okay. Where am I? The names of the categories will appear. Now point at the lower row icons and you will see their names appear. We've done that before. You deploy switches and pieces. Point at the lower row icons until you see one labeled switches. Click the switch icon and you see the switch devices in the device selection box. Change. Deploy two 2960 switches over the 0 and 1 labels in the workspace. You can drag and drop the switch or select the desired switch and click desired location and all that. Repeat for the end devices. Click the end devices categories in device type box and deploy 6 pieces. All right. We are looking for 2290 switches. All right. Let me yank some of these routers. I'm sure you know where to delete in case you want to delete. You use this icon that looks like arrow where you see X to delete. Anything you want to do, either you want to delete a cable or you want to delete a gadget. Okay, so now the instruction here said we should deploy two 2960 switches. 2960 switches. I told you earlier, this is for network device. This is router, while this is switches. So we are looking for 2960, this 2960, this switch PT, this PTMT, this 3560. We are looking for 2960. So we can do it this way. We are looking for two. We need two. Bam, bam, done. Okay. Now, then repeat for the end devices. We are looking for 6 PCs. We are looking for 6 PCs. Okay. So 6 PCs. This is end device. You click here. This is for PC. This is laptop. This is server. So we are going for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 PCs. Okay, we are done with that. If you are okay, repeat for the end device, click the end. Okay. If you're unsure of which device is the PC, just point at the device in the device selection box and look at the label area below the devices. It should say PCPT. Remember that you do not have to select the PC icon 6 times to deploy them. There is a shortcut. So we've done that. Note, if you need more instruction for deploying the devices, you can refer to a previous packet tracer. All right. Part 2. Part 2 says you will connect the PCs to the switches. Okay. Connect the PC to the switches. Click the category that looks like a lightning bolt labeled connections in the device specific selection box. There will appear a series of cable types. Select the copper straight through cable type. Click the center of the PC0. You will see a pop-up menu appear showing the cable connection type. Select Fast Ethernet 0 in the pop-up menu. With the wire, click switch 0. Select Fast Ethernet 0/1 in the pop-up menu. All right. On the system, what do we do? The PC, we look for Fast Ethernet 0. On the switch 0, we look for Fast Ethernet 0. On the cable, we look for copper straight through, the one with lightning bolt labeled connections. All right, let's go there. This is cable, right? This is the one with Thunderbolt. All right. So which cable do we choose now? We look for copper straight through. Okay, copper straight through. This is console. This copper straight through. Now, where's PC0? You said on PC0, we look for Fast Ethernet 0. On switch 0, we look for Fast Ethernet 0.1. PC0 and this is PC0. This is switch 0. Oh, good. They are close to each other. So this is the lightning cable. We look for the copper straight cable. On PC0, we look for Fast Ethernet 0, which is this. On switch 0, we look for Fast Ethernet 0.1. Okay, that is done. Then the cable will now be connected and two blinking link lights will appear, one green and one amber. After a while, the amber light will turn green. You will learn about the color of lights as you progress through the course. Repeat the cabling process for the rest of the PC. The connections to be done are listed. All right, PC1 to Fast Ethernet 0/2, PC2 to Fast Ethernet Ethernet 0 to switch 0, fast PC2 to Fast Ethernet 0 to switch 0, Fast Ethernet 0.3. Okay, let's do this first. Let's do this first. PC1 to 2, PC2 to 3. Let's do that. This is the cable again. Where's PC1 now? This PC1. fast Ethernet 0. Then we look for fast Ethernet 02. Okay. Where's PC2? Okay, this PC2. Fast Ethernet 0 to, okay. Now this is green, this is amber. This amber will change to green. That when this amber changes to green, that tells us that our connection is successful. Right now we cannot see that it's successful until it changes to green. It could happen that PC0 will change to green and PC2 will never change to green. That means something is wrong with that port. What you need to do is that you change the port from fast Ethernet 0/2 to fast Ethernet 0/3 or anyone that is available. Okay, but fortunately this has changed to green. So that both ports are good. Both the port on your PC and the port on your switch, they're working perfectly. Okay, so now PC3 will connect to switch 1, fast Ethernet 0/1. Okay, where's PC3? This PC3. Where's switch 1? Yes, this switch 1. Let's bring it close to each other. Then PC4 will connect to switch 1. PC5 will connect to switch 1. This PC, okay, this, all right. So let's go there. This 0, yes. 4, okay. All right. So we are good with this. What next is connect the switches. You will connect the switches together using a copper crossover cable. Note, copper crossover cable. The last time we used copper straight through. Now we are using copper crossover cable. Their work is different. If you use crossover cable where you're supposed to use the straight through cable, you will not get the results you're supposed to get. All right. Now, select a copper crossover cable, click switch 0, select Gigabit Ethernet 0/1 in the pop-up menu. With the wire, click switch 1 and select the same interface from the pop-up menu. The cable will appear and both link lights will be amber but will eventually turn to green. Save the file as desired. Okay, let's go there. We select crossover cable, click on 0, Gigabit 0/1, switch 1 and select the same interface. Okay, Gigabit Internet 0/1 crossover cable. Crossover cable, this console, this copper straight, this crossover cable. Right, this is fiber cable, this phone, this coiler. All right, crossover from switch 1 to switch 2. Switch 0 to switch 1, I guess, yes. Switch 0 to switch 1. So Gigabit Internet 0/1. Okay, Gigabit, you can see Ethernet 0/1 to Gigabit Ethernet 0/1. Okay, let's see what happened here. The amber should change to green after a few seconds. So that will be the end of this exercise as well. Then we'll be left with exercise 343 and 351, which is to configure end device and create a simple network. Okay, yeah, it has changed to green. So let me pause. point. Okay. All right. When you look at your switch, right? If you click on your switch, physical, it will bring you, this is the back of your switch. If you look at the back of your switch, this is how your switch looks like. This is the console port that we have here. Can you see a console port here? Can all of you see a console port?
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you that. If you're connecting your cable from your PC, let's assume this is a new switch. It will bring you all these options. If you connect to your console, that means you want to configure the switch for the first time or you want to calibrate it. It is when this console is configured before these ports can be activated. Okay, so now this is your console port. Once that is, you only use this console port for once, only once. Once everything is okay with your switch, you don't need the console port any longer. You don't need it any longer, right? Now, these are your ports. Fast Ethernet 0/1/2/3/4 5 6 and all that up to 24. You have 24, and that is the same thing we have here. You have here up to 24 from 1 to 24. Okay, once one is already fixed, you cannot use it again. You can see that you have 2, you have 4, you have 5. That means we have connected something to 0/3 to port 3. You can see that this one here is connected to port 3. So let's put it at 2. You see that this was connected to 1. So let's look at where this one is. PC2 was connected to port 3. So once you are here, you want to connect to your port. Anyone that is not available, that means it is already connected. So you can choose anyone. Your 3 might be available and you go to port 15. It's a matter of choice. It's not compulsory that you follow it numerically. But to have a clean and neat kind of connection, it is advisable to follow it numerically. After port 1, the next is port 2, the next is port 3. But in the case that you have sometimes you have to subnet or you have your reasons. Probably you are using coming. Okay. Probably you are using 3 devices for 1, 2, 3. You've done that. Now, another segment now, you want to use 10, 11, 12. Another segment, you want to use 21, 22, 23, just to make it neater based on your own understanding. That is why sometimes it is not advisable you just barge into someone's network configuration without his consent because you don't know how he has set it. Okay? Now, I think that's all I have to explain here as per your switch and your end devices, your PCs. Right. Any other question? Another question, please. 3.4.3 343 says, step 1, create the devices, deploy a 2960 switch, 2 PCs, and a server. 2960, 2 PCs, 2 PCs, and a server. Okay. 2960 switch. All right, 2 PCs, and a server. Where's my server? This wireless, this up. Um, okay, here's my server. I have my server here. Okay, right. Next is connect fast Ethernet 0 on. Oh my God. Up, we'll finish this. If you do not finish, we'll continue next time. Okay. Connect fast Ethernet 0 on PC 0 to fast Ethernet 0/1 on switch 0 with a copper straight through cable. Copper straight through cable. Copper straight through cable. Here, these are copper straight through cable. PC 0. Where's PC 0? Okay. Fast Ethernet to switch 0/1. Same here. Here. 0/2. Okay. Connect fast Ethernet 0 on server 0 to gigabit Ethernet 0/1 on switch 0 with a copper straight through cable. Copper straight through. This copper straight through. Right? Copper straight through cable here. Oh man. There's a mix up somewhere. Server 0, gigabit Ethernet 0/1 to copper through on server. Okay, fast Ethernet 0 on server 0. Fast Ethernet 0. We don't have fast Ethernet 0 here. So that is telling us that we have selected a wrong what is it? This thing, server. So let's yank up this server and look for the server we're supposed to use. Okay. Yes. So here you have your server PT. This is it. Okay.
Okay, sir. You found it in end devices, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So the instruction said connect fast Ethernet 0 on server 0 to gigabit Ethernet 0/1 on switch 0 with copper straight through cable. Okay, copper straight through cable. This copper straight through cable. This fast Ethernet 0 to gigabit Ethernet 0/1. Right, correct. So we have that correct. Now configure static IP. Configure static IP addresses. Uh, um, um, Configure IP addresses for server 0. Now click server 0 and click the desktop tab. Please, 1 minute.
Hello.
Yeah, I said, excuse me, give me 1 minute. I just came back now. All right. Hello.
I'm here.
So let's continue now. Sorry about that. Okay. So what's the instruction again? Said click server 0, click the desktop tab and click IP configuration icon. All right, server 0, desktop tab, IP configuration. Okay. Verify the bullet static is selected. Static. Yes, static is selected here. Then we have enter 192.168.11 in the IP address field. Yesterday, I was able to explain to Ozioma difference between IP address, subnet mask, and gateway. All right, and MAC address. So now we are using IP address 192.168.11, IP address 192.168.1.1. You see that we have IPv4 address here. Okay, now next is enter 255.255.255.0 in the subnet mask. Close
What's
the
the
IP
IP
address
address?
when done. Okay. Now 255 it's there on its own. Okay. All right. So we close it once we are done. So we are done. We close. Step 2, configure IP address for the okay. Configure IP address for the PCs. Click PC 0, click the desktop tab, IP configuration, verify the static is selected. Okay, PC 0. Okay, let me rename this because we didn't select PC 0 the other time. PC 0. And let me use this as PC 1. Okay. Question says PC 0 IP configuration is static. PC 0 desktop IP configuration static. What's the address? 192.168.1.2. Okay. All right. 192.168.1.2. Okay. Then close the IP configuration when done for PC 0. Do the same thing for PC 1. Use 192.168.1.3. Okay, let's go there. We do the same thing for PC 1. Desktop IP configuration 192.168.1.3. 192.168.1.3. Okay, so repeat the same procedure for this. We've done that. Now verify your connectivity. All right, so we close this. We want to verify our connectivity now. Click PC 0, desktop tab, command prompt. At the prompt, we ping PC 0, desktop tab, command prompt, then we ping. What are we going to ping? Ping 192.168.11. 192.168.11. 192.168.1.1. We want to confirm if our connection is correct. Okay, loss 0%. Great. Yes, we're good. Received 4 packets, sent 4, received 4. So that is correct. Okay. Yes, if you have done everything correctly, you should see the following output. Okay, you can also ping PC1. Navigate to the command prompt for PC1, enter the command ping 192.168.1.3 and click close the command prompt. Okay, so let's ping PC1 as well. Where's PC1? Go to the command prompt and we ping 192.168.1.3. Ping 192.168.1.3. Okay. All right, 0% loss. So we are good with our configuration, with our IP configuration right now. So what next? Close the command prompt when finished. We've done that. Now step 2. Step 2 says verify connectivity via the web browser. Click PC1, click the desktop tab, web browser, enter 192.168.1.1 in the URL and click go. Close the web browser when finished. The Cisco packet tracer web page should open. Okay, let's go to web browser. 192.168.1.1. PC1 or PC0? PC1. Okay. Go to PC1, web browser, Okay. 192.168.1.1.1. Right. Okay, correct. Go. Correct. So we have the Cisco packet tracer on. So close the web browser. Do the same thing for PC0. Web browser URL feed. Okay. Okay, let's do the same thing for PC0. So don't let me assume. PC0, go to web browser. Okay. 192.168.1.1. Go. Okay. So that's great. So we've been able to test our connectivity both on command prompt and also on graphic user interface. Okay. Okay. Let's go on. Part 4, basic switch configuration. You will perform some basic configuration on the switch using the config and CLI tabs in Packet Tracer. The config tab, click switch 0. Right. Click the config tab, switch 0, switch 0 here. Config tab is here. So what do we do with config tab? The config tab is not always available on physical networking equipment. Some simple devices only have this. Okay, the config tab shows a list of components that can be configured on this device. We are not going to cover that or what these components are for now. The global settings allow a user to change. Now, under that, double click in the host name. Let's go. The global settings. Where are we? This is the config tab. This is global. Okay. Okay. This is global. The global settings allow a user to change the name of a device that displays in the workspace. It also allow blah blah. Double click in the host name dialog box to highlight the word switch. Enter central. Double click in the host name. Okay. Oh, where is the host name? Okay. Yeah. Dialog box to highlight the word switch. Enter central to replace switch. Okay. Central. Done. What next? Okay, central to replace switch as the host name. Packet tracer will display the iOS commands necessary to accomplish the name change in the equivalent iOS command box. The commands display should be as follows: switch and labeled. Okay, we've done this before under cybersecurity essentials. Okay, now you can see what we have here now. You see switch enabled, configure terminal, switch configure, then central configure. Okay, yes. This will be the commands used from the command line interface or CLI to change the host name. If you did not know how to do this from the CLI, the config tab will show the necessary commands. All right. Click the fast Ethernet 0/1 under the interface heading to configure the fast Ethernet 0/1 interface. Fast Ethernet 0/1 here. Okay, fast Ethernet 0/1 under an interface heading, interface in the equivalent iOS commands. The command interface is displayed in the equivalent iOS command box. Okay, now step 2. The CLI tab. Select the CLI tab to switch to the CLI interface. Notice that the same commands that were in the equivalent iOS command tool are listed in the CLI command. At the prompt, enter shutdown. Here, enter CLI. All right. We enter shutdown. This command just shut down the interface. Just shut down the interface down from the command line. Okay, let's go. Shut down. Enter. Yeah. Okay. C, navigate to the workspace. Notice that the link lights for the connection between PC0 and switch0 are red because the interface on the switch was shut down. The connection is no longer active and shows red. Save and close the activity as you may desire. So PC0 and switch0 are disconnected. Let's go there. So you can see that PC0 and switch0, because of this command that we put, this shutdown that we put here, that is what that shut down the connection between this PC0 and the switch. So any question here, then we call it a day.